Hello everyone, welcome back. So let's continue the lambda functions. So in the last video we discussed what is lambda and why do we need that and how to create a lambda functions. So now let's try with another simple example of a lambda function and then we'll move on to the filter and what filter is doing and how we are going to use the lambda in the filter. Let me write another um, lambda function. I can name it as y and syntax a comma b comma c, and you can provide whatever the expression you want. For example, I want to add a into a plus b multiply with c. So let's print that. You need to call y and you need to pass three parameters 10 comma 20 comma 30. Let's see the outcome. See, we got the data. The first one is returning the normal function, which is nothing but this one, and the second third is written from the lambda function, this one, and the third one is again the similar kind of lambda functions, so with a different kind of parameters. So the only one thing which you need to keep it in mind when you write the lambda functions, there are two things: arguments and expressions. You can use the arguments and will provide some expressions to that. Okay, this is all the things which you need to know about a lambda function. So now what we're going to discuss? We're going to discuss about the filter. The first let's go through the filter. What is a filter and why do we need that and how we are going to use the filter in the map. It's nothing but you can do the some operation in the filter method and you can do the same thing in the lambda function as well. But the only thing is how smart we do the coding. Okay, so let me create another function or another file. Working with filter.py. Let me tell you what is filter. When you say the name filter, we came to know that it iterates something and it will return some of the data. So what exactly filter is doing? The filter method, it will take a sequence of number and also it will take a function as the input. The function will return either true or false. So based on that, it will return the data. For example, if you see the syntax of the filter method, you can easily understand. Filter, this is the filter, and here the first parameter is function, and the second parameter is sequence. So how exactly it is going to work? The function that tests if each elements of a sequence true or not. For example, in the sequence I have 1 to 10, and this function taking a variable, this function will take each sequence, for example 1 2 3 4 5 6 up to 10, and it will check a specific expression whether it is true or not, and based on that it will return a response back. The sequence, what is sequence? Sequence which needs to be filtered. It can be sets, list, tuples, or containers, or any kind of iteration of data. Returns an iterator that is already filtered. That is the outcome of it. Let's try with a simple example. What I'm going to do is I'm going to write a logic to return a even numbers. So let's do that with the help of normal filter, and then we will see how it is manipulated or we are going to process through the filter with the lambda function. Okay, this is the syntax, filter and the function and the sequence. Okay, as I said earlier, the filter. which will takes a method as a first parameter and the sequence as a second parameter. Okay, so what is the function which you are going to check? I'm going to pass the parameter to a method which will check whether it is an odd number or even number. Let's write a method. Define even number, which will take a number as an input, and it will check whether the number mod 2 equal to 0. That means it's a even number. Then return true, else return false. So the first step is done. I have a method or I have a function which will check the provider input as a even number or odd number, and it will return a true or not as a boolean. Then what is the next thing? The second thing is sequence. Let's have a sequence of number. Sequence is equal to I'm going to provide the numbers range from 1 to 10. We should know about what is range. Range is nothing but it is containing the range of value. You can simply say that like this. It will have a values like 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So in this value, I'm sorry. So this list of value I provided within a simple format. The range, the method which will take two parameters, yeah, from and end. So it will contain the range of data. Either you can use a range or you can directly pass like this. Okay, now I have a function which will return true or false, and I have a sequence as well. Let me use the filter. This is a syntax filter, and what is the function name? Even number. And what is the sequence? This is a sequence. So basically what will happen is this particular filter method will loop all the sequence. It's kind of it is doing the for loop, and each and every element will make the process of the even number check. Okay, so let's print the data. Result and print yes. So basically what we are doing here, we are passing a function which will check the even or odd and what is the sequence which we need to test, and I'm returning the filtered data. Let's run this, run in Python file. Have you seen this? 2, 4, 6, 8. All of them are even numbers. So the filter is working properly. Just nothing bad. It is taking a sequence of value and it will check the function, each and every element, and return the true or false. Okay, this is the important thing about the filter. Okay, now how we are going to use the filter with the help of Lambda. Have you seen here? I have written a method here and the sequence of data and another variable called result, which will use to create a filter method and passing those two parameters. And I need a for loop here to print all the data. There are a lot of steps here. This is where the smart programming comes into the picture. You can do it in all of them in a smart way with the help of Lambda. How are we going to do that? Let's do that. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to call something called result1. Here I'm going to use the filter again, filter. So Lambda and the variable name, and here is the expression. This is the argument and this is the expression to the argument. So x mod 2 equal to 0, comma, and what is the sequence? This is the sequence. So let's print the data in a list format. Result 1. So in this filter, I have a lambda function which will take the x as argument, and I'm checking x mod 2 equal to 0. That means I'm checking everything is a even number, and the sequence. So I'm going to print the result 1. Okay, let's right click and run C 24 and 68. See, this is the way we need to do the coding, because this is where the experience comes into the picture. Everyone do the program, but what you are doing differently. See, I'm writing minimum 10 lines of coding here, but here I did all of them in 2 lines. This is where the smart programming comes into the picture. Okay, just do some other exercises and different kind of different range of data, and then you will have some good idea about what is filter and why it is used and how it is useful with the help of Lambda. Okay, in the next video, we are going to discuss a similar kind of function map. Okay, let's see each other next video. Thank you.